We got Ahmad from New Jersey who says, with AEW Dynamite beginning their 4th year on TV, I would be interested to hear your assessment of where the 4 original pillars are at this point. Besides MJF, I would say the pillars are less hot than they were a year ago. My view is Tony's gotten distracted by the influx of WWE stars and running out of creative ideas. I'm running out of creative ideas is what I point to.
All right. Well, so we've got MJF, that is in fantastic standing. Yes, I think he is as hot as he's ever been. So that's that.
On the cusp of winning the championship.
Darby Allin, I guess you could say a little bit cooled off, but I wouldn't say by much. I think he's like in a relatively similar spot. That, he's almost like he's an attraction that is, does one of his crazy matches every now and then and is not necessarily, I think you could argue like, what was his peak period? Was it the Cody matches? Is it just these stunt matches with Sting? He's got, I would say, a solid spot.
I would classify his trajectory as like where I would expect it for somebody who, kind of came from relative obscurity when AEW started. Like, he's at a spot right now where I think you could put him on in a main event and on Dynamite at least, and wouldn't be out of place. You could put him in an opening match, and I think you'd always be able to guarantee a great reaction. He's somebody I look forward to. He's somebody who I would consider a draw, like depending on the matchup. And he's also somebody who could promo. So the potential is still very much there. And I think what's hurt him is perhaps, size is always going to be a factor. Like, if Darby Allin was, I don't know, the size of Wardlow, first of all, he wouldn't be taking the bumps like he is. But I also feel like he would be pushed further. Tony would have probably pushed him further by now. I also wonder if, like, as much as we love this Sting dynamic, has he outgrown it? Like, should he be more of a singles? He is a singles guy, but like, should he be less under like a mentorship type of role? Like, should he be somebody leading somebody else by now? I think he's doing well overall. I can't necessarily say the same about some of the others. Jungle Boy, I think, is very good. I think there's still incredible potential, but like, there's still a lot unknown about him. And obviously that's, in his promo. Can he achieve the level of promo that even a Darby Allin is? Certainly MJF is a different standard, but like, to me, he's still at a pretty like beginner's level. In ring, he's great, but like, there's that next level that he really kind of needs to find in order to be, treated as like a main eventer. And he still has so much time.
Yeah, I would say overall, like, he's on a fine path. I mean, if we're using MJF as the comparison, like, these ones are gonna come up short. But I look at like Darby and Jungle Boy as two people that, if you wanted to build them up for like title programs, I think you could do that with either one of them.
Darby more so than Jungle Boy. It's kind of harder for me to see like a pay-per-view headline by a Jungle Boy in a championship match.
Yeah. Sammy Guevara, I think, got I think everything with he was, to me, at the breakout point when the Inner Circle turned babyface and he won the second Stadium Stampede for the team. And he beats Sean Spears. He wins it for the team. And it felt like, okay, this guy is just on the cusp now. And then like all the stuff happened with Ty Conti, and they turned him, and they went through like fighting the crowd to going heel and the Dan Lambert stuff. And to me, that was just a mess for him. And he's only now starting to get out of that. But it sort of feels like he's gone like back to start. Like, he's now back under Jericho. He's in this heel role, and he's kind of gone back to start. And he, to me, at that, that would have been Double or Nothing 2021. Like, to me, he was at like the breakout point at that moment, as a babyface. And I think a lot of that got derailed later in the year.
Agreed. He's a tremendous talent. I think his matches are more often than not like very good, but I personally don't know how much he's like really evolved from being, great high flyer. He attracts tremendous heat, but I just don't know if it's necessarily like been as effectively parlayed into like a sustaining, money-making role for the company as maybe it could have been up until this point. And you can point to maybe several factors, both personal and also creatively, perhaps, for that. But how would you rank the four? I think we all know what number one is, but like, among the other three, how would you rank them in terms of progression and where they are on the roster?
I guess I put like I'm very high on Sammy Guevara as a talent. Like I think he's going to get there. Yeah, I guess I flip between Darby and Sammy at number 2. Maybe we'll go Darby, Sammy, and then 4 Jungle Boy.
Real okay. I go MJF, Darby. Maybe because Jungle Boy still has like such a big element of his charisma that's left to be answered. I might rank him lower, but I also think like it seems like he gets into a lot less trouble than Sammy Guevara does. So maybe his trajectory long term, I could see maybe being more positive than Sammy. So maybe I'll go Jungle Boy number 3 and then Sammy 4. Let us know what you guys think. I'm curious to know your rankings. Okay, let's go to Miguel from South Central, who says,